It's been quite a while since we sent the James Webb telescope to outer space, and it has made some pretty epic discoveries. The telescope is performing even better than what most scientists expected. But do you know that it recently found something that astronomers have been waiting to see all their lives? Well, James Webb has captured images from millions of light years away, so there really is no doubt that it can also bring us closer to finding our true origin story. So could this new discovery finally tell us something about how exactly life started on Earth? Or is it yet another sham? Make sure to watch this video to the very end to find out. James Webb is the most powerful telescope in the entire world, and that's why scientists have a lot of expectations from it. And so far, it is pretty much exceeding all those expectations by sending back data from exoplanets and faraway galaxies. Even though the telescope has ever been hit by a space rock, and a small part of its mirror is also affected, but it continues to march through. The telescope is uncovering the hidden mysteries in outer space every single day, and this time it has sent back images of an object that was not only beautiful, but also very surprising, and it pretty much shocked all the scientists. People didn't really expect that James Webb could show them the objects in outer space with such details and precision. The James Webb telescope has taken pictures of the pillars for creation for the very first time, and it was what scientists have been waiting to see all along. A lot of telescopes before James Webb have done the same. However, they never really succeeded in showing very clear images. But with James Webb, we see how pillars of creation really look in outer space. If you're confused about what pillars of creation are, it simply is a gigantic structure of dust and gas. But the most fascinating phenomenon of the universe takes place under the wraps of this dust because it constantly gives birth to newer stars. These clouds of dust keep changing and absorbing dust from nearby, newly born stars too. The pillars of creation are located at about 6,500 light years away from Earth, and it means if we travel at the speed of light, it would still take us about 6,500 years to reach this massive structure. Scientists have been trying to have a closer look at this structure for years because it is a hotspot for star formation. However, even Hubble didn't give us as clear of a look as James Webb. Hubble first observed this region back in 1995, and it gave us some idea of how it looked. In fact, the images of pillars of creation by Hubble are titled as some of its best images ever. Although the recently released images from James Webb show us quite a difference if we pay attention to the details. These newly released images are actually going to help astronomers better understand the formation of stars and how they burst out in the span of millions of years. And if scientists manage to figure out how exactly stars are formed, they might even solve the underlying mystery of creation of this universe and our origin too. Scientists have also said that they are really excited about James Webb's new discovery, mainly because it's going to open new horizons of discoveries and theories about the existence of stars in space. There already are a lot of studies being performed on the images released by James Webb, and it surely will be a breakthrough in the world of science as we're closer than ever to find out our true origin story. Scientists also discovered by the images released by James Webb that pillars of creation aren't as opaque as we saw in images released by Hubble. In fact, the powerful camera of James Webb was even able to show us the stars located beyond the dust, while Hubble images showed dust to be impenetrable. We also didn't get to see a lot of stars in the images released by Hubble. However, if you look at the images of James Webb, we see millions of stars in just one picture. This image basically suggests that stars are still forming somewhere out there, and the natural phenomenon continues to fascinate us. Not only this, but the newly born stars release supersonic jets that stumble across the dust clouds and form massive pillars of creation. Klaus Pontoppidan said on Twitter that they absolutely had to capture images of pillars of creation because there were so many requests, not just from astronomers, but also from common people. And it really was worth it because they got to see countless stars in just one frame. NASA received data from the James Webb telescope in the form of wavelengths, and immediately translated the data to images that are visible to human eyes. These newly released images from NASA are going to broaden the spectrum of what we already know about star formation and amount of stardust released during the process. These images might even aid us in making the massive discovery of how many stars are formed at the same time and what could be the amount of dust and gas they release. It might sound unreal to guess all this just by looking at pictures, but astronomers have already started collecting data and writing research papers. According to scientists, every time a new instrument captures pictures of pillars of creation, we get to know something absolutely new and mind-blowing about it. This time, James Webb has also revealed how millions of stars can exist in a small patch in outer space. So, it is actually quite eye-opening to see so many stars, some even bigger than our Sun, coexisting in space. And all we needed was a $10 billion telescope to figure out the details of these stars. It is pretty cool that with the invention of James Webb and its near-infrared technology, we can now see billions of years in the past. Also, the pictures we see of pillars of creation might not be from the present, but from a few thousand years in the past, because the more we travel in the distance, the more we go away in the past. Moreover, studying the life cycle of stars was also a basic purpose of James Webb, and that might be why the telescope is so focused on stars and exoplanets. It is trying to unearth the strange phenomenon taking place in space while figuring out if there's any possibility of life in space. It is only a matter of time before we completely figure out the nature of these stars and the whole process of star formation with the help of images gathered by James Webb. It would be historical because finding out would also help us understand how the Sun might have been formed and how our own planet came into being. Some people are even of the opinion that James Webb is going to prove Big Bang Theory wrong, but there really is no proof of that yet. However, one thing is clear, that James Webb has its eyes on the stars, and it surely is going to reveal some of the most long-lost secrets of this universe that we never even thought about knowing. So do you guys think the new pictures released by James Webb can unveil the secrets of the universe? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video, launch the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.